Let's go. Raider Nation, baby. Raider Nation, baby. Hey, we waited a little bit. We waited a little bit for before the Raiders made a decision. Before they went out and spent the big bucks, the Raiders made a huge move by going now and signing the number one offensive lineman that was out there in the market, baby. Yo, Raider Nation, I didn't think that the Raiders were going to come out with a splash like this to start a free agency. I know that we just recently brought back Eric Stokes. I understand that. Eric Stokes, a solid re-signing by the team. And, you know, all these other teams are starting to sign some players here and there. You know, big contract to Alec Pierce. Okay. Big contract to Malik Willis. Okay. You know, Kobe Bryant just got signed as well. But, hey, come on, man. We ain't playing around. Coupon John, we left that last year. It was Coupon John, that's last year. This year, Clint Kubiak, John Spytek, they're pulling out the big guns this year, man. They pulling out the big guns. If you guys don't know, well, now y'all already know. But big news came out just a couple minutes ago. According to Adam Schefter, ESPN sources, former Ravens free agent center Tyler Linderbaum reached an agreement today on a record deal with the Las Vegas Raiders, who are awarding him with a 3-year, $81 million deal that includes $60 million guaranteed, making him the highest paid interior offensive lineman in NFL history, baby. Hey, the Ravens, y'all could take Max Crosby, but we going to take something back from y'all as well. Outside of that 14th overall pick, we went out and brought in their center, Tyler Linderbaum. I think that's a good exchange for the Raiders, right? I'll take that any day of the week. That. Come on now, that's over $20 million a year, I believe. So I didn't really go into all the details and whatnot, but this is a huge move. Raider Nation, how we feeling about this move? Because I'm excited about it. I'm excited that the Raiders get to come out with a huge splash like this. So shout out to him. It's a big splash, man. Look at my boy Ian Rappaport. Let's try to listen to him live right now. Here we go. Let's bring it on. Bring it on, big dog. Here we go. Talk to me, Ian.
To sign with the Las Vegas Raiders, he gets a 3-year, $81 million deal, which
makes
him the highest paid center in the NFL. Certainly one of the highest paid interior offensive linemen. And, you know, for the Baltimore Ravens, obviously trying to get Linderbaum back was a priority. Made him a really strong offer, about $20 million.
I'll take it. Now, I don't want to get into all of this because I don't want to get hit with the copyright strike, you know what I mean? But overall, the Raiders made a huge move. I think they struck gold right here with Tyler Linderbaum. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I wasn't clamoring for Tyler Linderbaum. I didn't even know if the Raiders were going to be able to bring him in. I know we had all that money, but with all these other teams already solidifying their center position, it gave it more of a window for the Raiders to go out and bring in Tyler. Now, you know, it is what it is. The Raiders got the top center in free agency. Now, what does that mean for JPJ? Well, it seems like as if the Raiders, if they do keep JPJ around, is going to move to that guard position. He's going to stay there, and this helps out the team a little bit more than it does hurt the team. So I think it was a solid move, great move by the Raiders. I like it. And now I don't know if the Raiders are going to be done with, you know, the offensive line position right now, but yeah. We get a 3-time Pro Bowler at the center position. And the last time the Raiders actually went out and signed a center to the highest paid contract at the time was Rodney Hudson. And that was the moment in time where the Raiders started to build that offensive line. And when Derek Carr came around, or when Derek Carr was here, it opened up a lot of things. And we've seen how well the Raiders played in 2016 and how things opened up with having a solid offensive line. And knowing how bad we were last year, it made so much sense, or it makes a lot of sense for the Raiders to go out and address the offensive line, especially if you know you're going to bring in a young quarterback like Fernando Mendoza over here. You got to solidify that offensive line by any means, especially with all the money that you saved. The Raiders had to get this deal done. And so the Ravens basically traded for Max Crosby from the Raiders, and now the Raiders take something back from the Ravens, bringing in Tyler Linderbaum. Huge move, and I think that this is going to help the team a lot more than, you know, a lot more than it would be, you know, keeping Max Crosby around. I don't want to say anything bad about him, but Yeah, it is what it is. I think it's a great move. I know it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's okay. $27 million a year for a center. It is. Hey, the salary cap is going up, y'all. Salary cap is going up. And it just makes sense. I mean, if you got the money to spend, why not go and bring in the best guys? And if Tyler Linderbaum could continue to play at a Pro Bowl level, added to this offensive line alongside of, like I said, JPJ, and then you're going to get Colton Miller back. And then whether or not the Raiders do address another offensive lineman in a free agency, they could bolster up the offensive line a little bit more, or they could go out and bring in somebody like Spencer Fano and the NFL draft, or you could look at Live Venga to bring him in to play guard. I mean, there's so many different directions that the Raiders can go in, but definitely a huge splash like this on day one. Okay, now, like you're paying about the same amount of money that you would have paid Max Crosby to stay here. So it like I said, this move just makes too much sense for the Raiders, and I love the move so far, and I think that the Raiders are trending in the right directions. But Raider Nation, let me know how you guys feel. This is a winning move, okay? I say build the O-line and build that defense, then maybe get a wide receiver one. Now, my wide receiver one was Alec Pierce. He got signed earlier today, so for a lot of money as well. He definitely got signed for a lot of money. I think it was about almost the same as what Tyler Linderbaum had coming over here. D-Max says, now it's time to go get Braden Smith from Indianapolis for our offensive line. It'll be safe. If they go get Braden Smith, I got nothing else to say, but John Spytek, let him cook, baby. Let him cook. So far, so good, man. Any one of these guys, Linderbaum, JPJ, Colton Miller, yeah, Raider AZ. I'm with you on that, man. Looks like for the first time in almost 30, 40 years, we're acting serious. We're acting seriously. So refreshing. Now, I'm not going to say this is the first time in 30, 40 years that we are acting that way, but definitely in the past couple of years, the Raiders are not playing around in free agency. Like I said, like at the end of the season, when it finished and the Raiders got the worst record in the NFL, we knew that the cap space was going to be there. We knew that we were going to have the top pick. And then depending on what we did with Max Crosby, we would have a lot of assets to build this team from the ground up. And I think that right now, the Raiders are doing a phenomenal job. John Spytek is doing a phenomenal job. Clint Kubiak is doing a phenomenal job in building this team up. And as sad as it was to see Max Crosby leave, I think that the future of the Raiders is definitely bright. And we know Al Davis has always said that the greatness of the Raiders is in its future, and right now the future is looking bright. Especially when you're like I said, especially when you're thinking about Fernando Mendoza, especially when you're thinking about building around that quarterback position, man. When you ain't paying a quarterback, you can afford to pay for good free agent. Hey, Nick Nack hit it on the head. He hit it on the head right there, and that's one of that's one of the great things about having a quarterback on a rookie deal, especially a quarterback that you know you're going to have for quite some time. You're going to be able to pay these big free agents top dollar instead of bringing in a quarterback that we're going to pay a lot of money towards and it doesn't work out. We got a guy in Tyler Linderbaum for upwards of $30 million, close to $30 million per year. So it makes a lot of sense for this team. And we know Fernando Mendoza. So it's only going to be a matter of time till he comes over here and we start building. Now, I do want to see whether or not the Raiders are going to, which veteran quarterback the Raiders are going to be looking to bringing back in or bringing in. But like I said, I can't be mad at this move, man. I cannot be mad at this move at all, man. Come on, man. What are we talking about? 3-year, $81 million. Come on, man. That's a lot of money, though. I ain't gonna lie. This is a lot of money. But Tyler Linderbaum, I wouldn't complain. If this was somebody that was not on the radar, then I understand. But this is somebody that everybody's been talking about. Everybody wanted to get in free agency, and a lot of other teams, he was the top guy there. So if you got the money, might as well spend it and spend it on players that we know can help the team out, man. Raider and Christ says, Small Raider, you are the man. Hey, appreciate it, Deuce. I appreciate it. Dunker versus Chris Jones. Yes, please. Dunker wouldn't be bad either. Let's go. Great move. Let's fucking go, yo. Hey, Raider Nation, I'm hyped. I know y'all hyped. Let's see. Let me see if the Deuce one come on. But yeah, I believe in this regime. I believe in what the Raiders are doing right now, man. Kirk, roasted Raider. If we could get Kirk Cousins, I'm happy with that as well, man. I'd be happy with that as well. We spending the big bucks. Money ain't a thing. We got our guy. It is what it is. Yeah, Hugh Jack City. Yeah, as long as we got our guy, we're happy with it. He's a beast and he's young. Exactly what we need. Exactly, and we could build. And the thing is, we could build around Fernando Mendoza with Tyler Linderbaum. He could be here for the next couple of years. Like I said, I think about that Rodney Hudson move and how that was a domino effect, and how the offensive line played out for the Raiders. And when we were dominant, and we seen last year how bad it was when we don't have a good offensive line, good offensive line players as well, and a offensive line coach that didn't know what the hell he was doing. But going into this season with the players that we do have, we're having Dennison over here, and like I said, getting JPJ back and getting Colton Miller back, that's going to be huge. And we just got to address the position a little bit more. Russell Rader said, let's go Kirk Cousins to mentor Mendoza. I'm with it. Mr. Max says, what do you think is going to happen with JPJ now? I'm fobbing out over here. What do you think is going to happen with JPJ now? I think that the main thing that's going to happen with JPJ is the fact that he's going to move to guard. I don't think that the Raiders are going to move on from him. But yeah, definitely going to be huge for this team moving forward. But I know everybody's excited about this, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say I didn't know if the Raiders were going to do this, but they did. So got to give a huge shout out to them. Let me see. I'm gonna bring on the Os to talk about this. I feel like we just got off too. We just got off of talking about just the morning stuff going on. But I got my Os, Joe Morley. I don't know if your connection a little low, but okay, it's coming on. It's coming on. But Os, I didn't think it was gonna happen. We talked about this, and I guess the Raiders, they not playing around. John Spytek not playing around. Clint Kubiak not playing around. We got the money. Might as well spend the big bucks on players that actually matter. And Tyler Linderbaum coming over here 3 years, $81 million with $60 million guaranteed, baby. How we feeling, Joe?
This is how you build the offensive line. This is how you build a young team. This is how you are supposed to rebuild. You are supposed to invest in the trenches, and this is doing it. I just made a video about it. I said, when you add a Tyler Linderbaum to your offensive line, you add physicality, you add leadership, and you improve that offensive line like this. And people, I see everybody worried about JPJ. JPJ and Linderbaum together is one hell of a team. Then you got Colton Miller on the outside. I don't know what you want to do with Caleb Rogers, and maybe you keep DJ Glaze, but the offensive line right away is there. Now, did we go out there and were we expecting this? We had question marks, right? Because we were wondering, does Linderbaum want to go to a rebuilding team? Can the Raiders sell him on what we're doing here? Can he sell? We were the 32nd best offense in the league the last 2 years. And one of the reasons was because our offensive line was absolutely garbage. And didn't help that we had some of the bad coaches too. But hey, Linderbaum finally came to the realization where he was like, you know what? You're going to have Fernando Mendoza. I got Ashton Genty back there. Go ahead, Brock Bowers. Maybe you can bring some wide receivers in. And you got Clint Kubiak. You got Andrew Janoku calling the plays. This offense right here is where I want to be, and I want to move forward. Because look, hey, if you really look down, if you want to look at it, you want to look at this. Hey, we traded Max Crosby for 2 first-round picks and Linderbaum. We just took your center.
Come on now.
We just took your center right there.
You take something from us? You take something from us? You take something from us? We're going to take something from y'all. And, hey, I love it. And, I mean, we're paying him damn near almost as much as Max Crosby would be over here in Las Vegas. And I love Max, but I feel like this, especially if we're going to go the offensive direction and surrounding pieces around Fernando Mendoza, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. You got to protect your quarterback. You got to protect your assets. And it's not just the quarterback position. We got to open things up for Ashton Genty, who we spent a 6th overall pick last year with, right? So I love it. I think the Raiders making a big splash like this just means that the Raiders mean business this year. We might not think that the Raiders are going to be competing right away, but damn, with moves like this and seeing how the offseason might continue to go, the Raiders so far, I got to give this regime some props because the Raiders, Mark Davis, Tom Brady are making moves all offseason long that are making Raider fans happy. Outside of the Max Crosby thing, it's 50-50, but take a step back and take emotions out of it. It made a lot of sense for the Raiders and this team moving forward. You bring in Clint Kubiak, the top guy that you wanted, that everybody wanted. offensive-minded coach, just won a Super Bowl. We get the number 1 overall pick. We know Fernando Mendoza, just coming off of a natty, is going to be the quarterback of the future. We bring back Eric Stokes, who everybody wanted to bring back, right? Somebody that was solid. We go and trade for Teron Johnson last night, a solid a cornerback that you could put it at nickel that just solidifies the secondary for right now. And then making a big splash. I didn't think we were going to come out the gates like this swinging, but damn. They went for the knockout blow, man. This is a huge move, and I love it. And like I said, this is just a start because JPJ, I know people are thinking like he might get traded. I don't think so, but I do believe that he's going to stay here. And oh my goodness, Chubb's in the chat, man. And if we go and Casanova, he called it. I know he's been adamant about getting Tyler Linderbaum, and we got him. Now maybe go get Jermaine Illuminor to help out with the right tackle.
Right? Did Illuminor already sign a deal?
I think maybe, I don't know. I think I might have seen it. If you could find it, you could let me know. But maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But that's another player. Whether or not it's him, Braden Smith is another name. If you bring him in, oh my goodness. Oh, I think we got some news. Let me see if it's true. I don't know if it's true yet. Okay, I don't know. They're saying Jaylen Naylor, wide receiver. Let me see if I could pull it up, though. Come on, man. I like how everybody's saying that we did.
Like, if it is Jaylen Naylor, that's good.
Oh, I got it right here. Let's go. I got it right here. Let me pull it up, y'all. Let me pull it up real quick. Oh my God, the Raiders. Okay. Let me switch the scene real quick. Okay, the Raiders ain't done making moves. That's all I know right now. The Raiders ain't done making moves. We making $1 million moves. $1 million moves. Come on. Tyler Linderbaum first. But we ain't done, baby. Hold on. I'm fixing it. All right, baby. Here we goes. The Raiders have agreed to terms with wide receiver Jaylen Naylor on a 3-year deal. $35 million, including $23 million guaranteed. Oh, my gosh. Talking about spending that money, goddamn.
Talking about spending money. That's spending money.
They want to spend money. They going to spend money. Jaylen Naylor. Oh. Okay.
You know what? Jaylen Naylor has the speed. He's shown separation, and he's a good blocker. Like that's an underrated skill in wide receivers is finding a receiver that will willing to block. Like, so I mean,
yeah,
I like it. Like, I don't know what's the average per year. What were you saying? What was the average per year? 35 million.
It is. Sorry, let me bring it up. $35 million deal, 3-year, $35 million deal with $23 million guaranteed. 35 broken up into. I'm over here bringing out the calculators.
You're looking at almost $12 million a year for him.
Yeah, $11.6 million. That's over 10 mil. Okay. All right.
We have to spend the money somewhere, right?
We have to spend money somewhere. Okay.
Wide receivers. Now, is this? Now, I wonder where the Raiders see him at. Do they see him as the complimentary number 2, or are they seeing him as that number 1 JSN type of guy in the offense? And then you have Dash on the other side. And this right here just tells me that I don't see Trey Tucker coming back for another year as they continue to move on, right?
Yeah, hey, you know what? I know a lot of people in the chat. I see the chat, man. They're saying holy overpay. They say, damn, they overpaying for him. Hey, the Raiders got money. They got to spend that 90%, right? But also on top of that, shout out to D Avocado 0213. I like what he says. He might revitalize his career in Vegas. The Vikings quarterbacks suck. Maybe. Some people are saying he's not worth over $8 million. I don't see it either. But you know, I'm not gonna knock it. I'm not going to knock it until he comes over here and does something.
You're going to overpay for Alec Pierce, and you are
paying $30 million for Alec Pierce. You can't say that because Alec Pierce is way better than what Jaylen Naylor is. There's a reason why he got paid $20+ million compared to Jaylen Naylor. I'm not gonna hold back. I still would have paid Alec Pierce what he got paid. But if they see something in this dude, then okay, all right. But I gotta trust this. This is probably the first questionable move that the Raiders have made, and I don't think it's that questionable, right? It's just questionable for us Raider fans and seeing how much he got paid. But hey, I'm not gonna be mad on it. I'm not gonna be too frustrated about it. But
you're paying him for what you think he can do. Like he's only had a small amount of time on the field, the 29 catches the last 2 seasons, and with those 29 catches, he's averaging what 20 yards a catch in his career. So you're wondering, okay, we're gonna pay him 80 catches per year for 80 catches a year. We're gonna basically quadruple what he's been doing or double or whatever it is. It's going to go from 29 to the Raiders are thinking he's an 80 catch guy kind of guy, and that's why they're paying for him. So are you really overpaying him at that point? No, not really, right? What are top wide receivers going for? Alec Pierce just signed for $29 million.
29 million, yep.
And what's the highest paid wide receiver? 40
something mil, yep. So I think the average is, well, I feel like average receivers are getting around that 8 to 10 mil, right?
So yeah, it's not an overpay. It's an average market. And I looked and saw that they were expecting him to go anywhere between $10 to $15 million this offseason, and we got him on the low rate of 11. So we got him on the low end of it.
I love your optimism, Moose. I love how Joe made it seem like it's not that bad, and I don't think it is that bad though. It's a solid move, but they said you wanted more. This is a guy that wanted more.
I still would take more.
I know.
Yeah, like people throw shit at me like it's a bad thing. Like it's easy to hide and say like, oh, I told my wife 3 years ago that so and so was going to be a great football player, but it's not easy to put stuff out there on video because then people can always throw back at you. I do like Dante Moore, but what did I always say about Dante Moore? That he needed more years in college. And what did I say about Fernando is an old school quarterback, and the old school. That Dante Moore is more of the guy that's going through. So you're not going to be able to break me. Like I have a hard time break me, dog. Like I stick with what I say. Like I don't give a damn. I still like more, and I still have a lot of question marks about Fernando Mendoza. But moves like this, like the Raiders are making today, make it easier for Fernando Mendoza to come in and learn and take those bad trades or whatever the hell he does bad and just go off the positives and build around the positives of what you can get from a Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah. Hey, I mean,
yeah, I'm just saying because I had a guy yesterday that DM'd me and he said, and he goes, I was the first Raider fan to be on Fernando at week 11, and the rest of you guys are all fake and all that stuff. And he went off on. I go, good, congratulations for being the first person to love Fernando Mendoza. Like, good for you. Even Mel Kiper and all the draft experts. Nobody. Where was Fernando Mendoza last year? Where was he? He was a nobody until this year. Like it's what happens. Like, you have a good year, and people are going to say that about Jaylen Naylor, right? Okay, you have hits, you have misses. Hey, what did I say about Eric Stokes last season? I said he's an underrated, sneaky sign, and we just signed him again today for an extension.
Yeah, no. Well, we'll see. We'll see with Jaylen Naylor though. And I know a lot of people. I like what everybody's saying up in the chat too, man. Like some people are saying like he was a third string receiver at Minnesota. He barely did shit over there because he was a number 3 receiver. And most of that could be in due part because you got Justin Jefferson and you got Jordan Addison over there, 2 really good wide receivers. So of course you're going to be number 3. But for a team like the Raiders who don't really have a number 1 wide receiver like that, it does make sense why the Raiders wanted to bring him over here. And you never know what you can do with possibly a better quarterback or a better situation or even more playing time. We've seen a lot of wide receivers go elsewhere or players go elsewhere where they get a better chance or more of an opportunity and they succeed. Now for Jaylen Naylor, we'll see if that happens over here in Las Vegas though.
And you got to remember Brock Bowers is our number 1 target, not our number 1 wide receiver. He's our number 1 target because he's a tight end.
Yeah.
And now you're adding pieces around Brock Bowers to open him up. Now Jaylen Naylor is going to be, another target that opens up Brock Bowers. So this is, and we already talked about it. Hopefully they keep Mayer as well. And then we have two tight ends. Now we have the speedster to go over the top, the vertical threat. And then Naylor, like I said, and in the blocking game, because you want to get Genty going, Naylor is going to make those blocks downfield for you. So it's a, I don't know. I like this move. This is like when we were talking about it earlier in the offseason, we were talking about, somebody brought up Naylor's name, right? And everything that he was linked to was the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then the Steelers made that trade today for Michael Pittman. It wasn't a need for them. Hey, they're for us. Like, hey, come on over. And 3-year deal means, like I said, we're rebuilding, and Raiders are expecting to be a competitive team, and then a good team in 2 to 3 years, right? In a year or two. And so here it goes. So if you're given 3-year contracts, that means you're showing that these guys are part of your plan. No more of the 1 year prove it deal. Like, here, 1 year we'll bring the veteran in because we're going to fix the problem next year. No, they're talking about fixing it now. And this is we're building the foundation now. We're building it now for the future.
And I love it. I love it a lot. I love all the moves that the Raiders have been making. And even this Jaylen Naylor one, it's a surprising one. I still think it's a bit of an overpay, but I can't knock the move until he goes out there and shows what he can do. But shout out to the chat, man. I want to give a huge shout out to some of the super chats I don't want to forget about. But shout out to Alcian 9570. I don't know if I said your name right, but for the 199, he says Caleb Banks or Venga at pick 14. Spy Tech cooking, baby. Like I said, with the addition of getting that extra first round pick and getting the extra cap space, and now bringing on somebody like Tyler Linderbaum, you could look at so many different directions the Raiders can go in with that 14th overall pick. And Caleb Banks, great pickup. Venga, oh my gosh. If we get Venga in a draft, that would be huge as well. Somebody that could play left guard, right guard, depending on where you want to put JPJ at. Oh my goodness! And if we could get Braden Smith or one of these solid right tackles, oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, Fernando Mendoza, Ashton Genty gonna be cooking, man. Shout out to Paul Mazing for the $5 holla, baby. He says, great move, and the beat goes on. Oh, great move, and the beat goes on. Should the Raiders still go for center Coogan from Indiana just to learn from Big Tyler for later? Peace. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know too much about Coogan. But if he's later in the draft and somebody you could pick up and already has familiarity with Fernando Mendoza, then I'd be down for that. I'd definitely be down for it. But overall, I think this is a great move. This is a solid move for the Raiders. Just coming out the gate swinging like this, man. Shout out to Lil E. Watts for the 199. He says, Cohen, JPJ, Linderbaum, Wyatt Teller, Grant. Oh, my gosh. And the thing is, Wyatt Teller, I don't think it's going to cost that much. I don't think it's going to cost that much for the Raiders to bring him over here. But, it's a solid veteran offensive lineman. I want some old dogs there. I want some veterans on the offensive line. You could mix in some young guys as well. But, man, that's when things start getting to go, is when you bring in those top dogs over here. And I love that. And see, that's only adding yet just one more player to the offensive line in free agency. Shout out to Raider in Christ 85 for the $2 donation. Says shout out to Joe Morley and the Samoan Raider, man. Hey, shout out to you, Oos. I appreciate it. Appreciate the donation as well, Oos. Shout out to Hobo Raider for the $2. Says this is gonna make other linemen want to play for us. Exactly. And I love what the Raiders have been doing. Like I said, this is just a solid addition. I know we already have a center on the team with JPJ, but Tyler Linderbaum, I can't be mad at it. He's the top dog, and if he could bring his Pro Bowl ways over here to Las Vegas alongside of the other offensive linemen that we do have right now and that we do bring in, would be huge. And looking at this picture right here, oh my gosh. Come on, man. Come on. How can you not get this?
All right.
Come on. Hey, Ravens, y'all took something from us. We gonna take something from y'all. Let's go.
Here's the thing that people are mad. Like people have to upset. Like people are like, we had JPJ at center, and the reason we cried about JPJ not playing center last year is because we didn't have a viable option at center besides JPJ, and so now you have the viable center at center. You have the good guy playing, and now you can allow JPJ to play guard and become that all pro guard as well. We are set at center, and last year is like, what are we doing? We're putting people there that don't even know the position. Now you got an all pro, you got a young guy who's going to make the center. I just saw somebody go, somebody hating on the Raiders. $27 million for a center.
Damn.
The next cheapest one was $19 million, the highest paid. We talked about it earlier, right? Creed Humphrey is $19 million. He's the highest paid center, or was until now. And my thing is, this is my thing. You'll happily pay $30 million to a wide receiver, right?
I would.
But everybody hates paying the big men. Everybody hates
the big dogs.
Giving the big dogs the money. Because why? It's not a sexy move. But what's your winning? What wins the games for you? The trenches.
Yeah.
So why are we not okay with giving big guys money as well? This is a smart move.
I said a lot. I can't go back on what I said throughout the season last year, and I said it, and I'll continue to say it. And when people were saying we got to adjust offensive line in the draft when we only had one pick, I said, no, we got to get our quarterback. But in free agency, that's where you spend the big bucks. Don't be afraid to overpay for the best guys. And the Raiders got the best interior offensive lineman that was available in the NFL free agency market. And this is a huge domino effect that is going to help this team out for the future. That's why Raider fans, don't complain about it. Don't complain about it at all. And I know, according to Jeremy Fowler, I know a lot of people are wondering what's going to go on with JPJ, but according to Jeremy Fowler, he says after acquiring All-Pro center Tyler Linderbaum, the Las Vegas Raiders plan to move Jackson Powers-Johnson to guard with no plans to trade him. With one of the league's worst offensive lines in 2025, Vegas made a major splash of free agency. A healthy Colton Miller, JPJ, Linderbaum form a strong core, while DJ Glaze, Rogers have shown flashes. The Raiders' offensive line could be one of the league's most improved next season, and that's what we need, especially if you're bringing in a young rookie quarterback. And something that somebody brought up earlier that, a lot of people tend to forget, especially when we look at free agency this year and we look into free agency next year, is when you have a quarterback on a rookie deal, you're able to spend the big bucks on players to surround that quarterback position offensively and defensively. And the Raiders are showing you right now and proving that they are not afraid of it by going out and paying for Jaylen Naylor, by going out and getting Tyler Linderbaum moves.
And look, we talked about this earlier this morning. The Raiders have to spend money, right? And somebody looked it up. They said, the penalty for it is if the Raiders don't spend the money, then the money goes back to all the players on the team. But the Raiders have to spend money. I don't know how they structure these deals, right? So Linderbaum, they could pay Linderbaum $40 million this year, right?
Yeah.
And then next year it's down to like 20 or whatever. They could front load these contracts where we have all this money this year and we're building, and then next year we have more money as well. So give the players, overpay a little bit this year. Why not?
Overpay.
But you're doing it for the future. And like you said, you want to run the ball? Here it is. You want to protect Fernando Mendoza? Here it is.
There we go.
We saw what happens when we don't have that protection, when we're not on the same page on that offensive line, and we don't want to see that shit again. We want that cover. And Linderbaum, a guy like Linderbaum is going to take pressure off of Fernando Mendoza, because he could call the stuff at the line of scrimmage. He can call the audible. He can call the reads there for Fernando and help him out a little bit more. So it's taking pressure off your rookie quarterback, which is an excellent need. And I don't understand. Like we get caught up in the money, I think, because we go, okay, $27 million for a center. But if it works out, it don't matter what you pay for somebody, right?
Yeah.
It makes your team better. It doesn't matter who you're paying.
Yeah, as long as they contribute, and like I said, when you look at a guy like Tyler, you can't complain about it, because we know one of the biggest positions that we really need to upgrade was the offensive line, and that's what they're doing right now. As far as Jaylen Naylor, I know it's somebody that's everybody's going back and forth about, but we're loading up for Fernando Mendoza. We're getting ready for our quarterback of the future, and we're going to give him as many weapons as we can. He's a big play wide receiver, 15.4 yards per catch in 55 games. So he's a guy Alec Pierce was a guy that stretched the field. We got the next guy that could stretch the field for us. And I don't know if the Raiders are still going to go out and get Shaheed, but we'll see. What were you saying?
And he's a Vegas guy. Bishop Gorman was his high school.
Oh, was it? I didn't know that. That's huge. He's coming back home.
So so Naylor, you're going to have that little chip on his shoulder, like playing in front of that home crown, right?
Yeah, and if you're and another thing that Jesse Merrick just brought up right here is, If you're looking for somebody that's reliable with catching the ball, he only dropped one of his 49 targets this year. So reliability is there. Like maybe he's a guy that I know a lot of people are gonna call him like he's weak because he didn't get a lot of PT over there, but maybe he just didn't have the time to shine over there. Who knows? Now, some other news that came out today, some players that we were really talking about. Arizona Cardinals have agreed to terms on a 2-year deal with Falcons running back Tyler Algier for a $12.25 million deal.
That's where I told you he was probably going to go.
About $6 million, yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
So that takes him off, and then Trey Hendrickson signed with the. Oh wait, no, I think that was fake. Never mind.
That might have been fake.
Yeah, no, I think I seen it. But
I'm hearing Mike Evans. I'm hearing that Mike Evans signed with the 49ers.
Oh, did he? Okay.
I haven't seen confirmation from that yet.
Yeah.
But that's what I just got a text.
I see right here the 49ers and Texans were really high on, or were the two final teams for him.
Oh, so my $23 million guaranteed for our guy, for Naylor. Dude, I'm not even.
I can't be mad at it. Like I said, I'm not going to be mad at it because we needed a wide receiver. I don't know if he's going to be wide receiver 1 though, but hey, the Raiders, they know what they're doing. And if there's anything that I trust more than it's John Spytek and Clint Kubiak. And Clint Kubiak, man, he could put the players in the right position to go out there and succeed. So, like I said, I'm not mad at it, man. But Raiders, like I said, dropping a bomb. The Raiders dropped the bomb, Moose. That Linderbaum, Moose. Boom.
Yeah, hey, I was like, remember when you got the Costco guys and they were like, boom, boom.
Hey, how many booms do we give it, those? Boom, 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 boom. Boom! That's 5 booms, baby.
One more just for the hell of it too, because that's how big of a boom.
Let's go. Yeah, I might reuse that, dude. I might even use that. Like, how many booms do we give that for the Raiders? Hey, shout out to Black Sports Talk, man. My Black Sales Sports Talk, man, for the 499 Oos. My Oos, man. He says 2 first round and Linderbaum for Crosby and Spytek we trust. Get that tat, Joe. Joe, get that tat. Come on, man.
The Spytek tat. I told you, just win, baby.
Hey, and Spytek we trust. Man, that's a big deal. If you were to tell me before the offseason, hey, we got those 2 picks in the players. We got that 2 picks in the player. It was that's
we overpaid for him. Haters are going to say you overpaid for him because they wanted him on their team. If their team would have paid it, they would be defending it just like we are.
Haters gonna hate.
You know what I mean?
Players gonna play. Don't hate the player. Hate the game just because your offense can't look like this. Don't hate on us, who's Fernando Mendoza and those big hands under Tyler Linderbaum's bomb. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Come on. Oh my God! All season, I'm gonna be excited. Tim says playoffs. I don't know about that yet. Let's set our expectations, guys. I'm excited. I'm just excited like everybody else. I am optimistic, but
it's about being competitive. It's about not getting our ass kicked by 20, 30 points every game. Yeah. It's about giving our team a chance every game to go out there and compete like we were supposed to.
Oh, yeah.
Compete. Like that was our whole thing. So that's what we're doing. And we're not only building for this season, we're building for next offseason, where if we could prove that we have something going this season, next season, guess what? We don't have to really overpay. They're just going to want to come over here. They're going to want to be a part of what we got building over here.
Yeah.
But you know what, Baltimore? Say what you want now. You might have won 2 days ago, Baltimore. But look who's sitting on top now. Ravens? What now?
Come on, man. Hey, ain't no flock nation over here. There's only one nation, baby. The Raider Nation, baby. Come on.
He listened to Max's thing the other day. He was a flock nation. Nah. Raider Nation.
Raider Nation, baby. Raider Nation.
Linderbaum already took Max's tattoo and put it on him.
Hello. We already moved on, baby. We already moved on. Everybody asking what does this mean for JPJ? He's just gonna move to guard. I don't know, left or right guard, whatever they want him to go, but he's gonna play guard. They're not gonna trade him away. But we're good. We're solid. The Raiders are gonna be good moving forward. who would you look at with the 14th overall pick as it stands right now? Oliva Venga would be there. Spencer Fano, if he's there.
Dude, if you add a guard in the draft, you add
I did. You got a chance to build the offensive line,
and he throws the glasses like he's like eating food.
Oh yeah. I know.
Like that's what we're gonna be doing. Like we're cooking.
Hey, that's gonna be me. That's gonna be me doing that. If we, so you've been wanting an offensive lineman in the first round. What better time than to do it right now? Now I know if the Raiders go out and sign more offensive linemen, okay, then we don't really have to worry about it. But hey, come on, man.
This is what we love. Free agency right here.
These are the moments that you live for, Raider Nation. Last year was a blur. But Pete Carroll, Geno Smith, they set us up for this season, this offseason, and oh my goodness. Let's keep adding to the offensive line, whatever it is. But if I'm looking at it right now, that's who I want right now is Oliva Venga, or you could go out and get Spencer Fano if he's available. But if they go and get Braden Smith or another right tackle out there, then maybe we got to go get Oli and an offensive line is solid. Now I do like Mekhi Lemon. I know a lot of people want him. I don't really think that we need to get him first round because there's a lot of other receivers you could get later on. But I wouldn't mind that if we address the offensive line as well, though.
Hey, this is a report that's out there right now. They said, for what it's worth, Ravens thought they had a contract with Linderbaum over the weekend, but then it was abruptly stopped. My guess is that his agent and the Raiders talked and knew that they were going to get more than $25 million a year. So he said nope. So the tampering window is a total joke, is what this guy said. Exactly what we were talking about. You don't think that teams have been talking like Linderbaum didn't know what he was going to get on the free agent market out there? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like just because we opened the tampering window at 9:00 this morning doesn't mean that people weren't doing backdoor deals. Ooh.
So what about this? Let me ask you this question, News. If we don't do anything else in free agency, like we just go get depth pieces at the offensive line, right? We don't really do any big splashes. Do you call this a top 5 offensive line if we were to go this direction? Oh wait, wrong. This direction.
Top 5 offensive line?
Yeah.
Well, you're saying, but that's with us getting.
You want it?
That's with us drafting him at number 14.
Yeah.
That right there.
See, I don't know. The numbers are all mixed up and stuff like that. But as it sits right now, and we go into the draft, like we just say we go in and just sign some depth pieces right now, offensive line, right? No big splash. But we go into the NFL draft. We draft you on it at 14.
Yes.
Is this an offensive line that you'd be happy with?
I don't know if it's top 5, but it's a very good, solid offensive line, and it has top 10 potential. Yeah. I don't know why they put Grant there. I would still probably put DJ Glaze over.
Yeah,
Grant.
I would put Glaze back over there. Yeah.
But yeah, I understand why people love Grant a little bit, and also Caleb. But even if you had Miller, Johnson, Linderbaum, and you don't draft him, and you go with Caleb Rogers and DJ Glaze, you're still looking at a very improved offensive line. Now, what you're doing when you're adding other pieces to the other side right there, when you're changing that other side, you're adding depth. So adding, a depth pieces to the offensive line is what we need, because when injuries do happen, and they do happen,
and we've seen it before. Yep.
We don't want 5 solid guys, and then injury happens, and then all of a sudden we're screwed. So adding depth is what continues to do on the offensive line. So I don't know if Grant would be our starter right away, but I mean, people say DJ Glaze is ass. Somebody just said that right now. Yeah, last year, but the year before, his rookie year, he had promise, right? You don't need. Yeah. How do you're going to say that Grant is awesome, but we never even saw him on the field?
Yeah.
So we're gonna crown him, but we're gonna say DJ Glaze's ass. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, it's become official now. News have become official that Mike Evans is taking his talents over to Santa Clara on a 3-year, $145 million deal.
No.
Damn.
No.
3. How much is that? Let me see.
You what? What?
145 divided by 3. $48 million. Damn.
No effing way. No way.
My bad. 4-year deal. My bad. 145 divided by 4. Oh, that's only 36 mil.
36 million for him? For Mike Evans?
I'm joking. No numbers. It's a 3-year deal though. No numbers.
Dude,
I was trying to make up a number in my head, and I think I overshot it. I was just saying, like one something. But yeah, Mike Evans is going to the 49ers. I mean, good for them, man. I wasn't really wanting him, but that's a big move.
Niners love staying in hospital beds, right? They love
staying in hospital beds. That's hilarious.
Like they love those injury guys because Mike Evans, he's gonna be good, but he's gonna be on the injury reserve a couple times too.
David Edwards signed to the Saints for a deal upwards of $15 million per year. So that takes him off the.
So the Mike Evans to the 49ers for a 3-year deal is not fake. Mike, but the number that he threw out there,
the number I threw out, I was just joking around. I just want to throw no. Did you see the ETN news?
No.
Travis Etienne is going to the Saints for a 4-year, $52 million deal per Ian Rappaport.
That's a very good move for the Saints. That's a very good move for the Saints.
They got him and David Edwards. Okay. Wan'Dale Robinson going to the Titans.
Yeah, everybody saw that one coming because of the Brian Dable and all that stuff. So that was like one that was out there, like rumored.
Devin Bush is going to the Chicago Bears on a 3-year, $30 million deal. Jamel Dean to the Steelers for a 3-year, $36.75 million deal. Okay, I just throwing out the names out there.
Those are top guys that are helping get rid of it. But Steelers, that's weird that the Steelers will go after Dean and let their guy go to the Vikings.
Yeah,
dude. But I mean, the Raiders are making news. The Raiders are making the splash. Like everybody's talking about Linderbaum. Like that was.
Oh yeah.
Like that's your like that shows you right there that John Spytek, Tom Brady, and Clint Kubiak can sell the Raiders, and they're getting people. They can get people to buy in on this, and that's what I wanted to see in the free agency. Like, when can they sit a player down and be like, "Hey, this is what we're doing. This is what we're building. We want you to be a part of it." And selling this Raider organization, dude, that's.
But they're not afraid. That's what I'm loving right now is that they're not afraid to make those moves and getting those guys that everybody's been wanting over here, and so far. So good. Like I can't fault them for everything. And it just makes me more excited for the NFL draft to come around, especially if we start hitting on all these picks. Like I mean, all these signings. Now the only thing, like, shout out to PG up in here, but now we're just waiting for some linebacker news. Like if we could get one of these linebackers, any of these top guys, man, that I think already like. Remember when I asked you, I said, what are those moves that'll tell you, we'll be happy with? Of course, I said Alec Pierce, you said Quay Walker. But I think for everybody else, like 90%, 95% of Raider Nation was Tyler Linderbaum, and I think they did that, though. So I love it.
I understand, like, the Linderbaum one. Yeah, it's a Hewitt. That's, of course, everybody wants that one. But now we got to stop the other team. we can put some points up. Now we got to stop the other team. Can we do that?
Yeah, that's big news.
Jamel Dean's contract was 4 years, $52 million, 26 guaranteed. So does that make you feel more comfortable with the Eric Stokes one? I think so.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think the Eric Stokes one, no matter how I look at everybody else's, I think is a good deal.
Yeah, I think, dude, and it's getting praised a lot too. Like from a bunch of people online, and everybody's talking about how good that deal is.
I just hope that, after getting that contract, he continues to play at that high caliber, right? Because, I mean, I've seen us do that a couple times and then the cornerbacks start not playing up to par. I remember getting David Amerson, remember? And he was like, okay, he had a great year and then started falling off a little bit afterwards. I remember the year we signed Sean Smith and I was like, oh, shut down.
Yeah.
He's going to shut down.
Or when we brought in dude from Washington, what was his name? to put on the other side of Asamoah.
Oh, damn, I forgot.
Oh, he went to Washington after us, but we ended up giving like $8 million for 8 games or something like that. But he got burned like 41 catches in those 8 games.
That's the story of Raider players, though. But oh my gosh! But hey,
I don't know why I can't think of the name right now, but somebody will say it in the chat pretty soon.
Hey, this is a live look at John Spytek right now in at Henderson. This is him right there cooking.
Hey, I sent you another one in your Instagram DMs.
Oh, did you? Let me see.
To post on here. Yeah. Hey, John Spytek just throwing all the flavors in there. Like, what kind
John Spytek just? Oh, come on, man!
There it is, right there.
There you go. He big baller shot caller.
John
right there. Spending that cash.
There's a difference between spending money right and spending.
Oh, they said D'Angelo Hall.
There it is. Thank you. See, I knew somebody would get it.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to Better Football Highlights for 199. He says just got in, but Raiders still have 84 million. Who's next? I don't know.
John, that's what John's about. He picked up his balls off the desk and he's walking around saying, "Who's next? Who we signing next?"
He on his Goldberg on his Goldberg. Who's next? Oh no, it's you're next.
You see
Alec Ingold is not on the market no more. He went to the Chargers yesterday.
Yeah, Ingold decided he don't want to win championships. He was like,
yeah, he don't want to see championships, so it's all good.
I sent you breaking news in your box too.
Oh damn! Breaking news. Hold up. We got breaking news, Raider Nation. Hold up. We got breaking news. Who could it be? Sorry. Damn, I didn't even see this one, News.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Raider Nation, y'all been wanting a veteran. We got Geno Smith heading to Wendy's after going back and forth on the Twitter spheres. Geno Smith finally caved in and said, "You know what? I could be a food taster." So he's taking his talents over to the Wendy's for a bucket of coal and a bag of chips.
A bag of chips.
Shout out to Geno Smith. Hey, I gotta give him a shout out, Oos. I gotta give him a shout out. Oos, there's a lot of options, man. Shout out to the chat, man. There's definitely a lot of options, but John Spytek and them, they cooking it up right now. And Henderson, I got to give them. Oh,
what happened?
So I guess we're not gonna get our boy back. Our boy. Let me see. I'll bring this up right now. We're not gonna get our boy. Let me go back to our regular screen. Jamal Adams is headed back to the team that drafted him. The Jets are giving him a 2-year deal worth $11.3 million. Deal negotiated by Kevin Connor. So we lose.
Is that real?
Boy. We lose our best linebacker last year. Besides,
is that real?
For us? Oh,
that can't be real.
That's not real.
That can't be real.
Why?
Jamal Adams is not worth $11 million.
For 2 years?
Fuck no. No, hell no. That has to be a fake. That has to be fake. There's no way. And there's no way Jamal Adams is signing day one of free agency.
You don't think so?
No, hell no. That's fake. That's fake news. 100% fake. There's no way Jamal Adams the Jets are going
here. Brandon Howard just posted it.
Who the hell is Brandon Howard?
I don't know. Sometimes serious, most times satire, engagement. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I was gonna be mad, man. I was like, we need to bring him back.
I was like, there ain't no way Jamal Adams is getting that much money.
Trey Hendrickson is still out there. If the Raiders can somehow get a top linebacker, I'd be happy. I'd definitely be happy.
But Raider fans, I understand we lost Max Crosby. I understand what he means to us. But now looking at today, did we not fleece the Baltimore Ravens? Did we not just take them for everything they got? When you look at it and you go Tyler Linderbaum, 2 first-round picks for Max Crosby. Come on. Does that not make you feel better for the future? Yes, we did lose Max Crosby. But the foundation you just brought in a 25-year-old center to go along with your quarterback, where you already got a what's it called, a generational tight end and a generational running back. Like now you're gonna you're gonna line your quarterback up. You're gonna have your offensive line going. You're gonna be going like this is the foundation. This is the new foundation with no time restraints. Just go out there, play your ball, and win some games. Be competitive.
Yeah.
Like, does it make you feel a little bit more better about losing Max?
For sure. Like I said, I was emotional after losing Max, of course, because like I said, I got a good relationship with him, but and it sucks to see him in a different jersey. It definitely does. But after the 24, 48 hours of losing him, you kind of see what we got in return for him. And you got to look for the future. And that's why looking at the mock drafts and looking at players that we could possibly get. And then free agency right around the corner, you spending money on Tyler Linderbaum and making a big splash there, getting the top interior offensive lineman. And when you break it down, like you said earlier, when you break it down, like the Raiders basically traded Max Crosby for 2 first-round picks and Tyler Linderbaum, bro, that is a slam dunk type of move right there. And the Raiders are cooking. And it just makes a lot of sense for the Raiders in the direction that they're trying to go into right now. But
we got a lot of moves. We got a lot of moves and a lot of holes to still fill. I think people need to realize and like don't go like get excited about these moves because they're exciting moves. But we're like we said, we are building something here. So yes, we're filling holes, and there still will be holes come the season. But it's all about getting better and continue to grow and build a young team, and that's why they're signing these guys that are 27, 25, 26. To bring them in here for the next couple of years. So, I mean. When I don't know, like when's the last time we did this? When Reggie McKenzie started over, right?
Remember when Reggie McKenzie, when he tore down the roster and cleaned up a lot, but that 2015 offseason when he started building that offensive line, he brought in Rodney Hudson, he brought in Donald Penn, he brought in Kelechi Osemele. Like we were spending money, but it paid off for us because in 2016 we already were in position, and I like the fact that the Raiders right now, we're building that offensive line before we get the quarterback, right? Remember, because we've seen the Patriots, they got their quarterback, the Bears got their quarterback before they really addressed the offensive line, but the Raiders they're not waiting on adjusting that offensive line position. And what better way than in a free agency class like this, in a draft class like this, where I could see the Raiders going and double dipping in the NFL draft and getting somebody in the first round that could be a potential starter. And that's what you look for, right? In the NFL draft, especially in the first round, you have to draft guys that could start right away and be big impact players. Don't draft projects like we've done many years before. So we know Fernando Mendoza is going to be a starter. 14 is going to be really, really important for us, whether we keep it or we trade back. Whoever we pick with that pick is going to be it's got to be another franchise pick for the team for years to come. And if we do hit on that, then it definitely pay off. And I think that Max Crosby trade would definitely look like a huge win for the Raiders. And at least moving on from Max Crosby, it seems like the Raiders are going in the right direction.
Yeah. Hey, what if we steal Zion Johnson from the Chargers, right?
I don't care. Young, I mean, he still got some upside. So
27 years old, a lot of snaps in there. Like, say what you want about him. Like, a good guy. What if there's a guard out there? There's a tackle out there that I wouldn't mind bringing him in. From the Eagles, what's his name? Fred Johnson. He was the best probably backup lineman in the league last year, and he's stopgap right there. Where he can't get in there because they have 2 All-Pro tackles in Philadelphia, so he ain't going back there. And like people said, Illuminor, like what if we're not done with this offensive line?
I don't think we are. But that's the cool thing about it, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Just keep building it, and that I don't understand. Like that's one thing that we have to understand is depth on a football team, on a depth on a roster is a very vital part to a winning organization. And you have to know that when a guy goes down, you have to have that guy being able to step up and be the next guy standing. And the issue is for the Raiders is we haven't been able to do that. When our guy goes down, and you saw it with Colton Miller, when he went down last year and we brought Stone Forsythe down, and it was game over. Game over.
Yeah.
Like you have to build the depth pieces, and not every guy that you bring in is your starter. Not every guy that you bring in is going to be that changer, but he could be that locker room guy and possibly make that play when we need him if somebody goes down. So that's what I like about what I'm seeing from Spytek is that he understands that as well, and
Yeah.
they're going that direction.
Yeah. They said Zion Johnson already reached an agreement today with the Cleveland Browns. Okay, so he's out of here.
3 years, $49 million, $32 million guaranteed. Whew.
Okay, well that takes him off the list. But there's a lot of other options. I don't think he was going to be the top name for us, but it was just a name that I know that you brought up. Looking at it right now, the Raiders have spent $58 million so far. 27 on Linderbaum, 9 for Johnson, 10 for Stokes, and 12 for Naylor. Basically 12 for Naylor. So around that, yeah.
That's assuming that we're giving them the average over that we're not paying them more this year than the next couple of years, right? That's just assuming, like, because like I said, we could have paid Linderbaum $40 million this year and lowered it next year, and it's an even better deal.
Yeah,
I like that. But another offensive lineman I like, another offensive guard, Chris Paul. Look for that name if people see it.
yeah.
Somebody said, "Who the hell? Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that guy?" And Jaylen Naylor.
We'll learn. We'll learn of him a little bit soon, pretty soon though. Hopefully, but yeah, no.
How many receivers have we brought in the past that people are like, who? And then all of a sudden they become that guy like Mac Hollins, who was Derek Carr's favorite guy for a while. Shit, I can't think of his name. Now he plays for the Arizona. Now I'm saying who. I was trying to make a point. Now I'm saying who. But they came over and they actually had good seasons over here.
Yeah.
So it all depends on the system that you're putting in. Jaylen Naylor was log jammed in Minnesota behind 2 first round and an all pro receivers over there.
Rightfully so. And rightfully so, yeah.
And you got to remember they have a good tight end over there too in Hawkinson. So 3 different. He was probably the 4th target, if not the 5th target, because they had Aaron Jones coming out of the backfield over there. So he only was getting. You had Seth Roberts, but I'm talking. There's one more other guy. Played for Arizona last year. But yeah, Seth Roberts is another one. Zay Jones. There we go. See, this is why I love the chat. You throw it out there and people know. Like I can have my little brain farts and I'll be okay with it. But yeah, Naylor only had 20 plus catches. Now you're going to give him 80 catches, or at least give him 60, and see what he can do about it, and go from there. And if Naylor can do 60 catches and get close to 1,000 yards, and 4 or 5 big long touchdowns that win a game or keep you in the game, he's worth the money that you just gave him.
Yeah. But I think a solid move, man. I remember Nelson Aguilar as well. They brought it up in the chat. But yeah, hey, overall, like I said, great move by the Raiders. This was the bomb that we were waiting for, and I think it's a great signing. It just shows that this new regime, they're not messing around. They're not messing around with building that offensive line, building in the trenches, especially for Fernando Mendoza moving forward. But hey, shout out to the chat. If you guys haven't already, man, hit that like button. If you haven't already, helps out with the channel, and we'll continue to come out with breaking news as they come out. And then probably at the end of the day, I'll probably drop a video on just grading all these picks that we have in day 1. But yeah, shout out to my Uzi Joe for joining the live stream, and shout out to the live stream as well. If anything else comes out, we'll come out and talk though. But yeah, definitely some big news.
We'll be back tomorrow morning and we'll be even hyped up. Like,
yeah,
are you ready to wake up tomorrow? But like, yeah, let's go,
bro.
Like,
hell yeah.
Jack Besh, Naylor, Bowers, Thornton, not even counting what we could draft. We have 11 draft picks. We're filling holes before we even get to the draft, and we got 11 draft picks. 11 draft picks.
we could play with a lot. We definitely could play with a lot though. But yeah, and until the next one, man.